Good morning, everybody. And you can see by that, you know what time it is. Today's a good day to change oil in the truck. Afterwards, I'm going to try and put a little extra shine on these wheels, which everybody knows I like to be shining while I'm going down the highway. I'll use the Zephyr 40. We got the old air horns hooked up. I'm having way too much fun with them. Probably get in trouble over them. I'm going to mount a new mount on the remote so I can film more on the job site. And this afternoon I need to get these clamps cleaned up. When we slick line, usually everything is so hectic on the pours, we don't have a lot of time to clean them. The other day I did wire wheel off the threads, oiled them also. So the threads should be good on most of these. Some of them were seized up pretty tight, so we'll see what happens. But put you on a little time lapse later on for the wheels. We'll see if any change occurs. And here is our slick line trailer, as we call it. We keep our box in the front with our elbows. Usually keep all our clamps in here. Our chains are around the hose. Usually keep our turtle shells in the box, and then our pipes and hoses. This has really worked out really good for us. On a bigger job, we'll just take the trailer. We used to stack everything on the truck, and I used to carry about 80 foot of pipe, and then I would drape the hoses down off the side, which is a pain for me because I like to be able to walk up and down the deck of the truck. I kind of call this my back porch. I like to be able to walk up and down that whenever I'm pumping concrete a little bit or getting ready to. So get this day started. I'm going to drop the oil. I'm not going to video any oil change. It's just typical oil going into a bucket, but I will put you on a hyperlapse for the wheels, and then we'll probably hyperlapse the clamps and get a few things ready for tomorrow. So the belt truck's out pouring a 500 foot of street today, and we've got our 32 meter that normally sits over here in this bay is broke. We got a assembly in the motor that broke, and they think that it affected the piston, so they actually went farther down with it. So not sure what's going to happen there. Could be a new motor in the future, not sure. And the 43 is over there. It was in today, so not a lot happening around the shop, but definitely a little bit. Tomorrow's going to be like 24 degrees in the morning, so should be interesting morning. Well, we're going to get started here. Alright guys, so I did change the belts. The air conditioner belt was actually a little cracked. And then I changed my main belt there in the serpentine, so new belts, got the oil in it. I'm going to fire this thing up here in a minute, but I want to show you this. This is see if that'll focus. Maybe not. It might not focus. There it is. You see them cracks? Now we have had air conditioner belts before come off the truck. They'll break, come off the truck, and then what happens? They come down and they will get tangled up in these, which we all know if you lose your belts, you've got problems. So if you lose your serpentine here, alternator's done. And if you lose your other belt, might as well kiss it goodbye. So we have had that happen. It's a good idea. The other two belts were actually in pretty good shape. But I'm definitely not a diesel mechanic. I do, however, feel that it's good to know a little bit about your truck in case an emergency pops up on the job. And my fan clutch has been locking up on me. It's done it twice now in about the past 6 months. So I'd say here pretty soon we'll be changing it out. But I'm going to get back to it, and we're going to polish up some wheels. Alright, let's get ready to polish some wheels here. I'll put you on the time lapse. Today we're going to try the Schaeffers Pro 40 wheel polish. These wheels are already pretty well polished up. I've been experimenting with these pads. The one that works really good that we've been finding is the purple pad. It's got the green layer in there. They call it the Joker pad. And usually I'll use the green bar on that. Seems to work really good, and a little finer, which we don't worry about show quality wheels here, but you can use a white pad with your white bar. But it's not what I'm going to do today. Today I'm going to wipe it on by hand. It's going to be Pro 40 Schaeffers. And what I really like using is white diamond. That's actually my favorite polish to use. So we're going to change it up a bit. And it shouldn't take that long. Usually about 45 minutes or an hour wiping these down. They're already pretty clean. So just going to add a little shine to it. I need to take the oil barrel up and dump it into the burner in the main shop. And I'll probably do a little cleaning on some clamps later and probably call it a day. So I'm testing out the furnace right now. I know it's supposed to get cold for the next couple days, but we had some issues last year at the furnace, so I've got it running right now. We're going to see if we got those same issues. It's supposed to be fixed. I never heard any more, so right now is a good time to experiment. So here we go. Those actually turned out really nice, and definitely got the heavy water spots off. And we use a cleaner called Turbo Red from Schaeffers Oil, and it will stain these wheels just a little bit whenever you're using it, but it is an extremely good cleaner. You can see a couple little stain marks when I had to use it last time. I got one right in there, and then of course I've got water spots, but it looks good at 70 miles an hour. I like to try and keep them shining a little bit. It's very hard to do on a concrete pump, but it can be done. And once they are polished, what we will do is we try and keep them wiped down with liquid polish. However, if they get real bad, we will raise these outriggers. We'll put the outriggers down and get the wheels up enough where we can spin them. We'll take the cat eyes off and we will spin this wheel as we are polishing with that buffer, and it works really good. Definitely cuts the wheel, cuts it a lot better. So, but however, I'm not doing that right now because these wheels are in really good shape. But a couple jobs, they'll be splattered up with concrete again. So you just do the best you can to keep them clean and go from there. And I've got a couple little lug nuts I need to get, other covers I need to get changed, but You can, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, there's a couple stain marks on there. However, like I say, these look great for a concrete pump. I just like everything to shine. I think it makes your company look better. I think it makes you look better as an individual, and just something I've always tried to do is keep them shining. So, and keep the truck itself shining. I'm gonna go ahead and do the next wheel, and we're gonna go up here and try and grab the front. So I'm not gonna video this back wheel. I'm gonna hit the front up here. I'll video that, and then I'm not gonna video anymore. I'm gonna clean some clamps in. So. This back wheel haze over just a little bit more than the other two, so let's see what that does. And if you keep up with wheels, it doesn't take that long to do. However, if you let them go, then you got to get the buffing pads out, try and cut these wheels, and that is definitely more time consuming. These cat eyes are really nice to have, but they definitely get in the way. There you have it. 70 mile an hour down the interstate, they'll look good. Winter time's coming on, so they probably won't get too much polishing time this winter because it's always wet around here, snowy, a little bit snowy, I guess. We're supposed to have a bad winter this year, that's what they keep acting like, but I think they say that every winter. We'll see. Being a weatherman is one job you can't mess up on, in my opinion. Alrighty. These clamps, usually, every time we go slick lining, or hard pipe, however you want to say it, they get neglected. Usually everything's a rush while you're pouring. People are dragging hoses around. Typically it's hot. Everybody's mad, so these things get thrown to the side, and a lot of times they won't even spin from the swivels, which I've got those wire wheeled the other day. I'm going to go ahead and chisel them out. What we use is a nibbler. I just work the insides, try and get them cleaned up the best I can so they go on the pipe the next time we pour. This one here was really bad. This one would have definitely been chiseled out on the job. These are not horrible looking, but they're going to be a lot better looking here just shortly. So let me put another hyperlapse on, and I'm gonna clean these up right quick. What I typically do is I run some chain lube. I spray just a little bit on each side of the clamp. Usually that helps with the concrete from sticking, but that's just what I do usually when I clean them. So here we go. going to end this video on this note. Right now I'm just using Max chain and cable lube from Napa. So basically from your local store, some chain and cable lube seems to work better. I'm going to spray these down, and I'm just leaving the dust in there from when I nibbled, because these will get opened back up and tossed around on the deck. So anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoy these videos. If you could, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And I will catch you all on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.